Hi everyone, it's Marco, and in this video I will be telling you about a stockbroker that I recently discovered called Freedom24 and that I really wanted to tell you about. Just as you know, I'm a dividend investor and I'm always looking to actually test new brokers and also diversify my investments on many brokers so that I have a more safe portfolio going forward. So I definitely wanted to tell you about this one. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about Freedom24, and as usual, I will focus on several points to actually check if it's a good online broker to invest on. First, I will tell you about the platform itself. I will tell you what also are the exclusive features to Freedom24, actually why you should choose this one over another stockbroker that is available also to European investors. I'll talk a lot about the safety question on the platform because it's really important to choose a stockbroker that's really focused on the safety of the funds of the investors on their platform. And that's something that we'll spend quite some time on in this review. I'll also tell you about the fees that are on this broker because that's also a central question when you actually invest money on an online stockbroker. And finally, I will show you how to use it and what's been my personal experience with this stockbroker Freedom24. So let's start right away by introducing Freedom24. What is actually this stockbroker? So it is an online stockbroker that is available to European investors, and they have been regulated since 2015. So they already have been there for a while, which is really something I like. They offer a wide selection of stocks and ETFs, so over 1 million different actually stocks and ETF on the platform, which is one of the largest selection that I know of all the stockbrokers I've been trained actually. So this is really nice. They offer access to over 15 different stock exchanges, and their mission is really to make investing in stocks and ETF easy. So by having a platform where it's really easy to sign up, we'll of course verify that later. And also they have a very convenient to use mobile app, which I actually even prefer to use than the desktop version. I will of course talk about both in this review. And as I already mentioned, they are a regulated platform in Europe and there are offices in many countries, like for example, France, Poland, Spain, Greece, Cyprus as well. So they're present all across Europe and they really want to make investing easier for people. So that's what we'll focus on, of course, in this review. So before we go into the safety aspects, I just want to highlight some of the main features that make them different from other stockbrokers. Because yes, of course, they allow people to invest in stocks, you can deposit money, you can invest, you can receive dividends, but that's all stockbrokers do. So what actually makes them different? The first thing that I honestly never saw anywhere else is that they actually allow you to access IPOs. So IPOs are initial public offerings. So basically when a company that was not previously listed on a public stock exchange actually goes public. So this is a bit sometimes risky, right? Because you don't really know how the price will evolve after this IPO. But that's also a good opportunity to make money. That's something you want to invest in. For example, a company you have been following for a long time actually goes public for the first time and you want to support them. Well, Freedom24 is the platform where you can actually do that. And they will allow access to IPOs right on their platform. So that's something that's not all platforms propose, and that's really nice to see it on Freedom24. They also have a savings account in USD, which is also something quite difficult to get as a European investors. And they offer rates around 3% on this savings account. So that's also something quite interesting, especially if you sometimes just have US dollars just sitting there on this account. You will actually get money from that as well in the form of interest. And the last features that I found really cool, this is something I really use myself, is what they call investment ideas. So they will send you you will find it on the app and also send you via email. You can say, well, just send me ideas on to invest about, for example, stocks with a high growth potential, stock that might raise their dividend in the future. Of course, I just use that as ideas, and I will of course check all those stocks myself with all my usual criteria before investing. But if you just want ideas, if you just want to get inspired on what to invest in, that's something that is also really easy to do using Freedom24. So now let's talk about the topic of regulation and the safety of your funds on the platform. This is really something important for a stockbroker, because once you basically send them money, right, they will actually be in charge of it on the platform. And therefore, it's really important to have a regulated platform where you will invest. So as I mentioned before, Freedom24 is a regulated stockbroker. So they are registered as an official stockbroker in Europe. And also they are part actually of a larger company, of an international investment firm called Freedom Holding Corp. And this company is actually also regulated in the US by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is the highest authority in the US to regulate all investment companies, including stockbrokers. So this is definitely a company, I can say, that did everything right in terms of regulation. In Europe, because they are a registered and regulated stockbroker, it also means the money that you have there will be part of the European compensation scheme. So this means if something goes bad with the company, you will be covered up to a certain limit, of course, of your funds that are invested on the platform. So that's really something nice to have as well. It's standard now across all European registered stockbrokers, but this is something that's definitely there for this platform. Also, in terms of security, they use two-step authentication on the website and also on the app. So that's something nice as well, and will make sure that your account cannot be hacked just if somebody gets your email and your password, for example. So really, I can say a platform that's doing everything that is necessary in terms of security and therefore to guarantee the safety of your funds on the platform. Now let's talk a bit about the fees on the platform. That's also quite important because as an investor, I really don't want to pay that much fees when I'm using a stockbroker. There are many out there that are free, or at least completely free. And as I always say, I don't mind paying some fee to actually, for example, buy or sell a stock, because they have to make money somehow, right? But sometimes you have account fees and other nasty fees that comes out of nowhere. So here I really wanted to check all the fees that are present on the platform. So they have very low fees, and you can actually choose them kind of depending on the plan you are using. So you can actually subscribe for some plans. I've been using the free plan, to be honest, because it just works for what I'm doing, which is like buying stocks one time and then just holding them on the account. But depending on your activity on this platform, you might choose another plan. But what I like that they are completely transparent and the fees are very low on the platform, and there will be no, for sure, hidden fees on this platform. It's free for Nopal to deposit money. It's free to keep the account open. There is no account activity or no activity fee. They do have a fee, however, to withdraw money back to your bank account, which is, I think, one of the negative points I could highlight about the platform. However, I reached out to them about it, and they told me that there is nothing they can do because it's due to the payment provider they are using. So it might change in the future, they should change this payment provider, but for now, just note that there is some small fee to actually withdraw money back to your bank account. So that was in terms of fees. I now want to actually talk about how to open an account and use the platform. So what I can say here is that the whole process of opening an account was really easy and straightforward. I actually used a mobile app for that, which I think has a much better interface at the moment, at least, than the web version. But both will allow you to create an account easily. You just need to fill some forms, upload a copy of your passport or ID card, and they will actually verify all of that. And in my case, including the verification process, it was done in less than 5 minutes. So if I compare that to some of the stockbrokers I used to use in the past, where the whole opening account process was, very tedious. You have to sometimes call or even email somebody to upload documents, to send information. Here it's all online, it's all very fast via the website or the app, and takes less than 5 minutes. Next step is then to deposit money on your account there, because you will need that to of course invest in stocks. You can do that via a traditional bank transfer that's completely free, but they also have an option to actually use a credit card or debit card to put money on the account, and that's very nice because it allows you to invest straight away and to just try the platform. There is a fee for that, however, of 2.5%, so that's maybe not the best to actually keep on investing in the future, but if you want to just quickly test the platform and put some little money to try it out, that's a good way to do so. Once you have money on the account, you can then browse all the stocks and ETFs they have, so over 1 million, so you have really a lot of choice on the platform, and you can just pick the one you want. So the interface, both on the mobile app and the website, is, I would say, quite simple, so simple to use, which is something I really like. It might not be the best, maybe for the most advanced traders out there, but for me, and I think for most investors that will watch this video or listen to the audio version of this will be the perfect interface, and it will really allow you to quickly invest in stocks and ETFs on Freedom24. So far I invested in a few stocks on the platform. I can really say that there was no issues whatsoever using the platform. Everything went well, there was no issues, no crashes, no problems whatsoever again. So I can really say I'm happy. Of course, I haven't tried out some advanced features of the platform like investing in IPOs, but once I do so, I will for sure update this review as well. I've used, however, these investment ideas that actually I subscribe to that for like dividend stock paying ideas, right? And then I received that via email. That's pretty cool, and actually allowed me to discover some stocks that I would not have thought about before. So that's a really cool feature as well on this platform. So to sum up, what do I think about Freedom24? Is it a good stockbroker for European investors or not? I definitely think it's one of the, definitely on the top 5 best platforms in Europe in terms of investing in stocks, just from a simple website or mobile app. They really, I think, fulfill the mission that they say on the website, which is making stock investing easy for people, because it's a super fast process to open an account, very easy to get started. Those investment ideas will really help you if you are just starting out in the field of investing in the stock market. And also they check every box in terms of the safety of the funds of investors on the platform. So definitely I would say a platform that I would recommend and I will continue using myself as a stock investor. So now if you want to learn more about the platform, I put some links just in the video description or in the podcast description. If you are listening to the audio version of this, you will find all the links to actually get started with Freedom24, so make sure to check that in the description. That being said, if you have any questions about the platform, about investing on the stock market in general, don't hesitate to leave them as a comment. And that being said, thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.